Well, today is March 29th, 2024, and we got our hiking group together to do an update on the East Indio Hills Badlands hike. We've done this hike a couple of times before, but we thought we'd give it a refresher and check it out to see if there have been any changes since we were here last. It takes about a mile and a bit to get to the start of the hike, and then once you do that, you start going through some canyons where the erosion has carved out some holes in the rocks. We did see a couple of little caterpillars kicking around and stopped to take a couple of pictures of those. Worked our way through the canyons, and it takes a bit. There's quite a bit of scrambling, but it's a pretty good trail overall. Well, we continued on. There's a little bit of up and down hiking as you work your way through the canyons, and then you come out into some open areas, and then it's back into the canyons and a bit of rock scrambling. But overall, it's a pretty easy trail. There is a little bit of elevation gain, so we just took it easy and had a little bit of fun working our way along. We took quite a few pictures of the rocks and the erosion, so we thought we'd mix it up with a couple of pictures of some of the flowers that we saw along the way. After we got through the major part of the canyon walk, came out onto this jeep road where the group found a little spot to sit in the shade and take a much needed break. After the break, it was time to start picking up a little bit of elevation, so we started working our way slowly uphill. Then we got to a spot where there was quite a few switchbacks, and that took us up to the top ridge pretty quickly, as you can see, and this fellow was up there before we got there. So you get up to about the 600-foot elevation, and then you can start to get some pretty good views looking back towards Palm Springs and south down towards the Salton Sea. Well, after the group made it up to the top ridge, they had another little break and then started working their way along the top ridge, looking down either side into the canyons below. There's some pretty interesting formations that have been deposited here, or pushed up and pushed around over 2.5 million years ago, and then eroded by water and wind, and it's very, very, very interesting. Probably one of the most interesting hikes in the area. We then started working our way down into another canyon, which will take us out and circle us back to basically where we started. Well, we made it out of that canyon, down through another wash, then across the big, wide, open area, back to the Coachella Canal, which drains into Kahula Lake. And then it was time for our group picture, and that was it for our hike to the East Indio Hills Badlands. Thanks for watching, and we're gone.